If anyone knows about the dangers posed by impaired drivers, it is a motorcycle officer.
So this next story is from the point of view of a retired Metro motor officer who took countless drunk drivers off the roads until he was nearly killed by one. Our Steve Wolford talked with him about the ongoing problem and his thoughts on possible solutions. Steve?
Yeah, and you see things from a motorcycle from that perspective that you do not see from a car, and it's frightening. Tony McCleery served with Metro for 19 years after he left the military. 16 of those years were on a motorcycle doing traffic enforcement, a lot of it at night when the odds of encountering an impaired driver are much higher. Well, one night 14 years ago, McCleery had just made a DUI stop when a second drunk driver nearly took his life.
April 14, 2011, I was working an accident involving a 19-year-old young lady. This was her second DUI with accident.
As he went back to his motorcycle for his computer, Tony was distracted by another officer who had just arrived. That's when he ended up in the path of a second impaired driver.
I didn't see or hear the truck coming, and at 42 miles an hour, he hit me. Took me and my motorcycle 70 feet, plowed into the young lady's car, and threw me another 70 feet.
But before that career-ending crash 14 years ago, Tony realized even then he was seeing a lot of repeat offenders and would like to see tougher traffic enforcement across the board.
It's always the same people over and over that are being arrested. If they said, okay, wait, we got you for doing 40 miles an hour over the speed limit, we're going to take the points off your license, that would start curbing the things.
McCleery also thinks more time should be allowed for officers to obtain breath and blood tests from impaired driving suspects.
A lot of times when I went to court, the defense attorney would say, isn't it possible that somebody else saw the wreck 15, 20 minutes before it was actually called in? And the judges would say, I'll allow it. And then that would put us out of the 2-hour time limit.
And he only sees legalized marijuana adding to the number of impaired drivers on our streets.
Marijuana should never have been legalized. It's, marijuana isn't the drug when I was growing up as it is today. It's extremely more powerful.
And let's go back to another amazing part of Tony's story and the impaired driver who ended his career and nearly ended his life. Tony eventually met up with that man, and they've since become very good friends. Tony's message to our viewers is, have the moral conviction to not drive impaired. Reporting live in the studio, Steve Wolford, News 3. Back to you.
Powerful story for sure, especially that footnote at the end. Steve, thank you. Clark County Commissioner